Joining me now is Democratic Congressman and a veteran of the war in Afghanistan, Congressman Max Rose. Congressman, it's great to have you on the program tonight, and I want to start right here with this breaking news tonight from the New York Times, the reality that the president is now, or has been saying that he was unaware of this United States intelligence assessment. Do you buy that claim? And what do you think the president should be doing about this?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I don't buy that claim for a second. And by the way, I don't understand how that's a defense of anything. What you're going to say that you're running an incompetent organization that can't raise issues up to your decision-making authority. It's ridiculous. But look, I'm sick to my stomach over this. Sick to my stomach as a member of Congress, a patriot, but also as someone who served in Afghanistan. And let me tell you something that I learned in Afghanistan. It's complicated enough. It's dangerous enough for our soldiers without having to consider Russian bounties that our country's not doing anything to address. But there's also a problem here. And that problem is the fact that so many of my colleagues across the aisle, so many of these Republicans running for office right now continue to be fully owned subsidiaries of this administration and refuse to say anything about this president's woeful failure to protect our troops and have their backs. At one point or another, issues of national security, foreign affairs, and protecting the homeland have got to rise above party. And I say that as someone who has stood with the president at moments. When he killed Qasem Soleimani, I was one of the few Democrats to stand up and say that he did the right thing. I've been willing to cross the aisle. And their failure to do that time and again is not only laughable, but it's scary.
Do you view it as a betrayal of our troops on the ground?
Yes, absolutely. Again, what Russia is doing, let me put this into the plainest of language. Russia is paying people to kill U.S. soldiers. And the fact that we have not done anything, sanctions, public statements, anything even behind the scenes to counter that is anathema in my book to sending soldiers to war without the resources that they need to protect themselves. This is not hard. This is the president's job. He is the commander in chief. And I do not know why, in this respect, he is shirking his duty. It's disgraceful.
What do you think is the action that the U.S. should take in retaliation or response to this Russian action?
Well, first of all, we shouldn't be playing geopolitical footsie with them. OK, this is not the moment to talk about stepping away from NATO. This is not the moment to talk about enlarging the G7 and inviting them back into global leadership roles. This is instead the moment to utilize our alliances and further isolate them and weaken them with sanctions, for one, other multilateral action to include bolstering NATO. And it's also a moment for diplomacy. You know, we talk also often about how you're degrading the diplomatic corps, and that has consequences. You're degrading multilateral institutions and alliances, and that has consequences. Well, we see it right here. And there is no benefit to cozying up to Russia. All they do is run circles around us, and this doesn't have economic ramifications right now. We're talking about the blood of United States soldiers, our most important resource, our most important treasure, and they're playing games with it.
Congressman Max Rose, I really appreciate you having your voice on the program tonight and your speaking out on behalf of all of our veterans who have either already sacrificed their own blood and treasure in Afghanistan or are serving on our behalf tonight. So thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate it. I want to go back to Jonathan Lemire. Can I just get you to react to what the congressman just said there and help explain to our viewers why it is that the administration would learn about this, and as we are pointing out, NBC News has not matched this latest New York Times reporting, but the latest reporting says they found out about this in January, and we still have not taken any action.
Well, first of all, it's obviously very passionate words from the congressman. You could sense his fire in his belly about this issue. I mean, the White House explanations, and they've been saying that the president wasn't briefed on this, the vice president wasn't briefed on this. I mean, they defy credibility, frankly.